Hey, good day, everybody. 11 things smart people don't say. Emotionally intelligent people know that certain phrases carry special power. They make you look bad even when the words are true. There are some things you simply never want to say at work. These phrases carry special power. They have an uncanny ability to make you look bad even when the words are true. Worst of all, there's no taking them back once they slip out. I'm not talking about shocking slips of the tongue, off-color jokes, or politically incorrect faux pas. These aren't the only ways to make yourself look bad. Often, it's the subtle remarks that ones that paint us as incompetent and unconfident that do the most damage. No matter how talented you are or what you accomplished, there are certain phrases that instantly change the way people see you and forever cast you in a negative light. These phrases are so loaded with negative implications that they can undermine careers in short order. So how many of these career killers have you heard around the office lately? Number one, it's not fair. After that life isn't fair. Saying it's not fair suggests that you think life is supposed to be fair, which makes you look immature and naive. If you don't want to look bad, you need to stick to the facts and stay constructive and leave your interpretation out of it. For instance, you could say, I noticed that you assigned Ann that big project I was hoping for. Would you mind telling what went into that decision? I'd like to know why you thought I wasn't a good fit so I can work on improving those skills. Number two, this is the way it's always been done. Technology-fueled change is happening so fast that even a 6-month-old process could be outdated. Saying this is the way it's always been done not only makes you sound lazy and resistant to change, but it makes your boss wonder why you haven't tried to improve things on your own. If you really are doing things the way that they've always been done, almost certainly a better way. Number three, no problem. Someone asks you to do something or thanks you for doing something and you tell them nope, you're implying that their request should have been a problem. This makes people feel as though they've imposed upon you. Instead, show people you're happy to do your job. Say something like, it was my pleasure, or I'll be happy to take care of that. It's a subtle difference in language, but one that has a huge impact on people. Number four, I think this might be a silly idea, or I'm going to ask a stupid question. These are overly passive, instantly erode your credibility. Even follow these phrases with a great idea, they suggest you lack confidence, which makes the people you're speaking to lose confidence in you. Don't be your own worst critic. If you're not confident in what you're saying, no one else will be either. And if you really don't know something, say, I don't have that right now, but I'll find out and get back to you. Number five, matter of fact, that's a good, when I was in the field and a client would ask you, that's always, and I didn't know the answer to the question, and that happened, especially early in my career. I'd say, you know what, I don't have that information right now, but let me write that down, and I'll get back to you as soon as I get the answer for you. I used to do that all the time. I think that's the best way. If you don't know something, just tell them, but tell them you'll get the answer. Number five, this will only take a minute. Saying something only takes a minute undermines your skills and gives them the impression that you drew tasks. Unless you're literally going to complete the task in 60 seconds, feel free. It won't take long, but don't make it sound as if the task can be completed any sooner than it can actually be finished. Number six, I'll try. Well, I have a saying, trying is lying. Example, let's say there's a pen right there in front of you. Let's say you have a pen or a cell phone or whatever. Now try to pick it up. Well, guess what? You can't try. You either do or you don't, right? There is no trying. There either is or is not, or there is do or do not. There's no stop saying I'll try. Like when somebody says to you, invite them to some function or whatever, and they say, I'll try to make it. Well, you know what they're saying, right? They either are going to make it or they're not going to make it. So they're not going to make it. Trying is lying. Just like the word think, try sounds tentative and suggests you lack confidence in your ability to execute the task. Take full ownership of your capabilities. If you're asked to do something, either commit to doing it or offer an alternative. Say that you'll try because it sounds like you won't try all that hard. Number seven, he's lazy, incompetent, he's a jerk. There's no upside to making disparaging remarks about a colleague. If you're accurate, everybody already knows it, so there's no need to point it out. If your remark is inaccurate, you're the one who ends up looking like a jerk. There will always be rude or incompetent people in any way, and chances are everyone knows who they are. If you don't have the power to help them improve, fire them, then you have nothing to gain by broadcasting their ineptitude. Announcing your colleagues' incompetence comes across as an insecure attempt to make you look better. Your callousness will inevitably come back to haunt you in the form of your coworkers' negative opinions of you. They'll also know that what they're also going to think is, well, if he's talking about that person, what does they say about me behind my back? Number 8, that's not in my job description. This often sarcastic phrase makes you sound only willing to do the bare minimum required to get a paycheck, which is a bad thing if you want job security or you want advancement. If your boss asks you to do something that you feel is inappropriate for your position as opposed to morally or ethically inappropriate, the best move is to complete the task eagerly. Later, schedule a conversation with your boss to discuss your role in the company and whether your job description needs an update. This ensures that you avoid looking petty and enables you and your boss to develop a long-term understanding of what you should and shouldn't be doing. Number 9, it's not my fault. It's never a good idea to cast. Be accountable. If you had any role, no matter how small, and whatever went wrong, own it. If not, offer an objective, dispassionate explanation of what happened. Stick to the facts and let your boss and colleagues draw their own conclusions about who's to blame. The moment you start pointing fingers is the moment people start seeing you as someone who lacks accountability for their actions. This makes people nervous. Some will avoid working with you altogether, and others will strike first and blame you when something goes wrong. Number 10, I can't. I can't. It's not my fault's twisted sister. People don't like to hear I can't because they think it means I won't. Saying I can't suggests you're not willing to do what it takes to get the job done. If you really can't do something because you truly lack the necessary skills, you need to offer an alternative solution. Instead of saying what you can't do, say what you can do. For example, instead of can't stay late, say I can come in early tomorrow morning. Will that work? Instead of I can't run those numbers, say I don't know yet how to run the type of analysis. Is there someone who can show me so that I can do it on my own next time? We'll say I can't. Well, if you believe you can't, then you can. If you believe you can, then you. Number 11, I hate this job. I hate this job. The last thing anyone wants to hear at work is someone complaining about how much they hate their job. It labels you as a negative person and brings down the morale of the group. Bosses are quick to catch on to naysayers who drag down morale, and they know that there are enthusiastic replacements waiting around the corner. Eliminating these phrases from your vocabulary pays dividends. They have a tendency to sneak up on you, so you're going to have to catch yourself until you've solidified the habit of not saying them.